As a female, I'm grateful that today there is an equal right to vote, but it hasn't always been that way. Women started fighting for their right to vote in the mid-1800s. This was called the women's suffrage. It held conventions and formed groups called the National Women's Suffrage Association. The idea was first introduced by Senator Aaron A. In 1848, a group of protesters and supporters gathered in Seneca Falls, New York, to discuss the problem of women's rights. Most of the delegates to the convention agreed that American women should have the right to vote and deserve their own political identities. During the 1850s, the women's rights movement built up but then faded again when the Civil War began. After the war ended, the 14th Amendment and 15th Amendment raised the suffrage with the help of the association. In 1890, by then, the suffragist achievement had changed. Instead of arguing that women deserved the same rights and responsibilities as men, the new generation protested that women had deserved the right to vote because they were different from men. On March 3, 1913, more than 5,000 women marched the Women's Suffrage Parade. Then on November 7, 1916, Janet Rankin became the first woman elected to Congress. World War I slowed the suffragists but helped them advance their argument. Protesters proved they deserved citizenship like men. Finally, on August 18, 1920, the 19th Amendment was ratified. More than 8 million women across the USA voted for the first time. Tennessee became the last state to ratify, but many people of color, including some Black people, Asian Americans, Native Americans, and Latinos, were still blocked from voting for sadly many years. Soon enough, equality became stronger, and so did we the people. On July 26, 2016, Hillary Clinton was picked as the Democratic presidential runner. Clinton was the first woman nominated by a major party for president. Senator Kamala Harris was then chosen as vice president, running with Joe Biden. Harris was the first Black woman and first South Asian American on a major party's presidential ticket. In the last 100 years, women have gone from winning the right to vote to serving in some of the highest positions in the government. But women still remain underrepresented in the political office, and so women continue to make their voices heard. Step 1, vote.